Hi, everybody. I'm Terry Luongo, and welcome. It's Monday night. Welcome home. Welcome to our home base calls every Monday night. And so many of us are still, recovering from conference, but we are action-packed and ready to go tonight. And we're continuing this evening with the business boot camp that the Fab Five started, 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. And we've had incredible training. We've had incredible training from Amber Weaver and Steph Fletch. And tonight, we're continuing the program with the art of promotion. And I remember years ago, Carrie Daigle told David Beavers that if, you can one-on-one people and sit with people and build a nice customer base and have a nice income with Juice Plus, but if you would learn how to promote events, you could build a dynasty, leave a legacy, and create wealth. So it is a skill set, and I can't think of anybody better to share the skill of promoting events than our own Holly Morris, right off center stage from conference. She tore it up on stage, and she's with us tonight. Holly, welcome.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Terry. And I love that you started with that introduction, because this has been something I've had to work on and learn. It did not come supernatural for me, or really I was just kind of in one lane, when it came to promoting, like this is the only thing I know to do and how to do it. And once I was open to learning more, challenging myself, learning from other people, trying new ways, it opened so many doors. So definitely always be a student and be willing to challenge yourself in those areas. And so, we are in relationship marketing. It really is what we do. We're very unique and very different from so many other businesses out there, and business models and styles and how we market and promote. And so let's keep that in mind as the backbone of everything I'm going to talk about tonight. Is it all comes down to relationship marketing. And so we have to be intentional about fostering that and investing in ourselves and relationships with people. And so I'm going to start with just kind of a question of, what is the difference between promotion and marketing? Jamie Cantrell and I kind of talked about this today, because in a few weeks, she's going to be coming on board to talk to us about marketing. And so we were kind of talking about that, like, what is the difference exactly? And why did we decide to put these into two separate calls? And so I want to clarify that first and foremost for us. And so soon, in a couple of weeks, you're going to hear from Jamie, and she's really going to talk to us about, marketing being, what is your message to the world? What do you stand for? What makes you unique? And especially not only what makes us unique as a product, as a Juice Plus product, as a Juice Plus franchise, because we are unique. We are so unique. We are the only product like this in the world. We're the only business model like this in the world. But also you as a person, as an individual, how do you fit in to this culture and this community in marketing yourself and this product? What do you stand for? What's your avatar? Who is your avatar that you're marketing to? That's going to be so important for us to ask that question and clarify. So Jamie's going to talk to us about that. And I want to add at this point as well, when it comes to who you're marketing to and your ideal avatar, know that that's something you need to come back and visit fairly regularly, because it changes. And the example for me is that when I first came into this business, my avatar was young moms, people with littles, babies, toddlers, preschool. I wanted to market to them. I was a fitness professional, a personal trainer, group fitness instructor. So those were kind of my avatars at that time. And now I'm in a totally different place. I'm considered middle age, and I've got teenagers, and, it's different. It's a different market of people. My avatar looks different. And so, we need to revisit that, because I'm marketing and I'm looking at a different group of people possibly now. And not that we can't market to people outside of our bubble and things like that, but it's good for us to kind of identify and have some clarity there. If you're not muted out, Kathy's going to work on that. But in the meantime, if you want to just hit the mute button real quick, that would be awesome. Okay, so then what is promotion? So promotion is really a lot of the heart and the connection of those things. So marketing can be a lot of the facts about who you are, what do you stand for, how are you unique in the Juice Plus word, who is your avatar, and the promotion of how do you then take that information, that knowledge, and connect to people. How do you promote yourself, your product, your business, your events? How do you take that, and what's the heartbeat of that? What's the emotion behind how you're going to do that? And so that's a lot about what we're going to talk about tonight. And I got to tell you, we're going to do three things. We're going to talk about how do you promote yourself? How do you promote an event? And then how do you serve and serve well? Okay, and we're going to look at those three things. And when I talk about promoting ourselves, I'm going to tell you that when I say that, initially my hairs kind of go up and go, oh no, that's not me. I don't want to promote myself. I want to be really humble about this. And so, but here's the thing, is that we have to earn the right to be heard. We have to earn the right to be heard from people. And to do that, we've got to, again, foster relationship with them. And in fostering relationship with them, that's how we promote ourselves and what we can offer them. What can I offer you? How can I serve you? And so we have to get to that place where we can be heard so that I can share what my knowledge or my experience is that could help them. Do you hear what I'm saying? So when I say promote self, it sounds selfish and it sounds conceited and it sounds those things, but that's not the heartbeat behind it. The heart is, how do we promote our relationship with people so that we can then serve them? Because we do have gifts to share. I have knowledge, I have experience, I have an amazing product, I have an amazing community, I have an amazing business, I have things to share with them. And so I have to get to that place where I can earn that right to be heard. And we do that face to face with people. We do it over the phone with people. We do it in text messaging. We do it over social media, right? So there's lots of different ways that we foster that relationship and promote ourselves and earn that right to be heard. And so we're going to dive into that a little bit deeper. We also promote events. Big events, from conference to summits to individual team events, Facebook events maybe, calls that our company puts out for us, individual conversations with people one-on-one. Those are all events that we also need to be intentional about promoting for. I think sometimes we think of promoting as only the big events, but sometimes promotion is also, Terry, I want to have coffee together. And it's a series of conversations and exposures that I'm promoting to get to this place where I can earn the right to be heard from her and how I can serve her, okay? And so as we're doing that, what is our message? What is my message about who I am and what I can offer people? Who am I trying to target? And again, I'm building that through social media as well as individual conversations with people. Okay. So let's start with promoting ourselves. Okay, let's start there. And Catherine Lee has this amazing training that she does, talking about, and so a lot of this verbiage comes from her. I want to be clear about that. But she talks about, we don't want to convince people. We're not in the business of trying to convince them that they need to have a relationship with me, that they need to buy this product, that they need to be on our team, that they need to come to this event. I don't want to convince them of that. I want to captivate them and then offer solutions. And those solutions are going to include my product, my business, my community, things like that. But I'm not just going to convince them. I want to captivate them first, and I want to offer solutions. And so we want to be attractive. And one of the best ways we can be attractive is to be confident. To be confident. And I have to say, our fierce leader, Miss Terry Luongo, I think is one of the most beautiful examples of humble confidence I've ever seen. So that's what you have to keep in mind when we're talking about promoting self. We don't look at Terry and how she talks to us and treats us and teaches us and offers solutions to us as conceited and self-promotion. But we look at her and we go, man, she's confident. Like, she is so sure of this business. She's so sure of this product. She is so sure of this community. Like, there is nothing that I could say that would knock her belief down from any of those things. From this industry, right? I could go on. And yet it's so humble. It is so humble and serving. And so I think that's when we come from the place of service and love for how can I offer you a solution, that's how people receive it. So again, know my heart behind telling you that you've got to promote yourself and you've got to be a confident and things like that. It all comes from a place of love. Okay. And so you got to walk the walk. You've got to be your true, authentic self. And to do that and promote this product and this business, you've got to walk the walk. You've got to be a product of the products. Amber talked to us a lot about this in the art of, selling. We've got to be a product of the products. We've got to, show that we are striving and aiming toward a life of healthier living, if that's the mission we're trying to put out there. We've got to show that we are building a belief in this type of business, that we are creating this community. And so we've got to be our true authentic self in fully immersion of our product, our business, our community in order to be able to promote it and share it with other people. When we're promoting an event or a speaker, again, we have got to really build them up in a humble, confident way. So if Terry, if she's a speaker and I want to get Jamie in front of her, I am going to tell Jamie all the reasons that I love and adore Terry. And again, I'm going to do it in such a humble, confident way that these are the reasons I love her, and you have got to be there. You do not want to miss this opportunity to be poured into because of this, and this. Okay, so we've got to build that speaker and that event in that way. Let's see, I've taken notes because I want to be respectful of our time and not miss anything. So I want to go back to a lot of what Stephanie talked about in the art of asking questions. Okay, so if we want to share hope, if we want to share story, experience, education, an opportunity, if we want to share those things and promote those things, we've got to show them what's in it for them. It's not about me. Again, I'm not trying to convince you to do me a favor, to take the product, to come to this event with me, to join my team. But I want to captivate you into how this could offer a solution to something that you've shared with me, to something that I know you've shared to other people on social media, that I've observed in your life. But we get there often by asking questions. And so go back to Stephanie's training on the art of asking questions. How do you show them what's in it for them? Your product, your services, your events, whatever it is. And so here's just, for example, a couple. Okay. And again, Jamie and I talked a lot about these, and so I got to give her a lot of credit on these. But you hear people talking about, on the go constantly. We're constantly traveling. Again, I'm in a season where I'm around a lot of people with teenagers, and there's a lot of what they're doing and eating that's out of our control. We're busy. We're running to sports events, and they're all over the place. And half of what they're eating, I don't even know what they're eating because they're, doing it when they're not at the house. And so if I hear a mom sharing that struggle with me, I could say, wow, I totally get that. You know what? If I could show you how to make a few healthy breakfast options that you could give them before they run out the door in under 5 minutes, would that interest you? Do you see how I just captivated them? I just captivated that person who is my target community, and I provided a solution to something that they had shared that was kind of a pain point in their life. Maybe someone who's new in a community, they're struggling to make those friends in there. You guys, we think that our kids have trouble, fitting in and developing friendships and community as kids in schools. I have moved so many times that I will tell you adults struggle. Adults struggle sometimes with finding a place, a community to be involved in. If you hear that pain point, I could say, Kelly, I totally get it. I get that is tough. If I could show you a way that you could build friendships and have a community that was around you automatically, that would support you and encourage you, and that you would just fit right into right from the get-go, would that interest you? Would you like to meet some of those people? Do you see how that's captivating and offering a solution for them? Okay. Same with our business. They're interested in the product, but they've shared with you that cost is their biggest prohibitor. You're listening and you say, what if I could show you a way that maybe you could get those products paid for? Would that interest you? If you knew you didn't have to find extra money out of the budget and yet you could take all the products for you and your family, would that interest you? Again, right? We're offering solutions in a way to promote how we, as a person promoting ourselves, can help them with something, a pain point in their life. The Powerball parties, those are huge right now. And people are doing that so well because it's meeting a need in people's life for food prep. People, it's crazy, right? How do I do this? How do I get a healthy meal? I don't know. Would you come to my house for a Powerball party? You'll walk away with 5 healthy meals. I'm wondering if that would interest you. Okay, so that's what I mean when I'm talking about promoting yourself, your product, your business as a solution to something they have going on in their life. Okay, what about events? Let's talk about promoting events. Do you have a system? That's my question for you. That's your homework, part of your homework tonight. Do you have a system for how you promote an event? How many people do you invite? How do you invite them? How many times do you invite them? How do you check in and make sure they know about the event as it gets closer? What does that look like for you? What does that system look like? And do you do it in multiple ways, in multiple modes? I think that's so important. And here's something we need to normalize, you guys. We need to totally normalize the fact that no matter how many people you invite, about 10% of them are going to respond or show up. That's normal. It's not about you. Don't take it personally. Don't be offended by it. Don't think that you're not good at this. Don't think that you've stepped on their toes or they think you're just trying to sell them something. No, that is absolutely normal. All of us. Terry Luongo, as a 100 Club NMD, if she has an event and invites 50 people, about 5 of them are going to show up. It doesn't matter who you are. That is just a statistic. So let's just normalize that, okay? And know that that's okay. And it doesn't mean that they didn't come that time or respond that time, that they're not going to another time or two from now, right? Again, it's just about timing in their life. It's about what's going on. It is not about you. So what is your system? I love that Team Chrysalis, they have a system that's 55-5. So if they have an event, if their goal is to invite 50 people to it, they're going to do it 5 times. They're going to invite that person 5 times before leading up to the event. So they may start 2 weeks before the event's going to happen. And between that time and the event, they're going to invite that person 5 times. And they're going to do it 5 different ways. How many times do you get a text message and you look at it, you're reading, or you're doing something different, you read it, and you go, oh, I'm going to respond to her later. And you totally forget. You guys, I have full out conversations in my head where I respond to somebody and then apparently I never did it. Do y'all do that? Am I the only one? Whether it's I'll listen to Voxer and I'm doing something else and I fully responded and then later they're like, hey, did you get my Voxer? And I'm like, yeah, I responded. And they're like, no, you didn't. Or I'll look and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't respond. So we all do it. We all do it. Okay, and so maybe texting isn't their thing. Maybe Voxer's not their thing. Maybe you should try Facebook Messenger, maybe snail mail something, like, do multiple exposures, because if you do 5 of them, maybe they actually got 2. Okay, and if they get all 5, they're going to know, wow, Jamie really, really wants me to come to that event and hear Terry Luongo. That's really important to her. Just because I adore her, again, this is relationship marketing. I adore her. I wonder why she wants me to be there so bad. I should go and check it out. Like, seriously, that is the conversations people are having in their head. And remember how Amber talked to us in the Art of Selling, that they're not purchasing a product. They're really purchasing with you, right? It's that relationship piece. And so what is your system? 5 exposures. Just know that is normal. The average person needs 5 exposures to your product, your services, what you have to offer them before they're actually going to be ready to purchase. So again, that's normal. If they don't get back to you the first time, keep working until you get an answer, a no or a not right now, and ask if you can keep on the list. But to me, and I heard someone say this one time, because I bet if I asked for a raise of hands on this call of how many of you came into this and said, I don't want to be a salesperson or known as a salesperson. I think even Amber talked about that when she talked about the art of selling. And I heard someone say this one time, and they go, you know what? If you just invite somebody one time to something, or you actually get their order and place the order and you're not doing follow-up with them, you're not continuing the conversation, the relationship, you are the typical salesperson. That's not who we are. Again, we're relationship builders and relationship marketing. So if we're inviting somebody to something, it's just not a one-time offer. We want to serve them. And so we're going to keep inviting. If they place an order with us, we're going to take great care of them. It's not just placing their order. That's just the beginning of this amazing relationship where we're going to help be a part of their health journey forever and ever. Amen. As long as they're willing to let us have that relationship with them. So keep that in mind, right? As you're promoting yourself, your events, your product, things like that. Okay. And then also multiple ways. Here's another example of 5 different ways this can happen. Let's say I carry samples in my purse and I can see Jamie, so I'm just using Jamie all the time. So I see Jamie, truly I can go, oh, Jamie, let me give you these samples. You're never going to believe that's 40 different fruits and vegetables in there. Just try it. Just try it. I've been meaning to share it with you. Take those, give them a try. Exposure 1, right? Exposure 2 is I made a post about my kids and the gummies, and Jamie commented, oh yeah, I'm going to give those to my kids tonight. I'm going to respond back to her. I'm so glad I ran into you, gave those to you, or I can't wait to hear what they think. I'll check in with you in a couple of days if you forget to let me know. What did they think? Whatever. But I'm commenting, we're back and forth, exposure number 2. Okay. Maybe then later I'm going to send her, text her and go, hey Jamie, I'm dying to know, what did the kids think about it? I'm going to include a short video below that talks about how the kids can get that for free. I'd love to know if that interests you. Exposure number 3. Hey Jamie, we're having a Power Bowl event, and I know if you're like me, it's crazy hard to eat healthy these days. We're busy. We're trying to keep up with these kiddos. Would you be interested? Exposure number 4. And then exposure number 5, I'm actually going to follow up and be like, Jamie, are you ready to order? You want to get those in those kids every single day? All I need is your credit card. What do you think? Sometimes it's just literally asking for it there. So that might be just one example of what 5 exposures looks like. It can look totally different, but just know that I think sometimes we get so caught up in the formality of it that sometimes it's really just in the casual interaction, again, of relationships. Keep that in mind. That is how you're promoting yourself and your product. Okay. And real quick, running out of time. Last thing I want to touch on is how can you serve? How can you serve others? That is a huge way that we promote. And so we have, what's so amazing about our company, guys, is they have resourced us with amazing tools that allow us to serve people. We have free videos, educational videos, we can text them. We have free events happening all the time. Right now on our Juice Plus Facebook page, we're gonna have a product and a business opportunity every single month. That's just free. Talking about our omegas, what are they? What are you what's different about ours? About the business opportunity, it's going to be a great educational resource. Catherine Lee's coming up Thursday night. That's another great free educational resource. Literally, that's an event you can invite anybody to. And then just they get a taste of our community, and that this is the type of people that we work with in our community and what they're doing in the world. We've got free workouts at Healthy Living Revolution. We've got recipes with the Shred and entire seasonal recipe books that come out. We've got 4 different ones of those. We've got curriculum for Tower Gardens. Do you get the idea? We can just offer them. We've got samples. We can offer them something free just as a thank you. Just as a thank you for coming to my event. I'm going to send everybody home with samples of gummies. As a thank you for placing your complete order with me, I'm going to send you a shaker bottle. As a thank you for being my customer, I'm going to send you a link to recipes and these amazing yummy recipes that you're going to love. You get the idea. You can offer something to people when they engage in that relationship with you. Okay, so there's so much more we could talk about, and I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to wrap it up there, but I hope that gives you a little introduction into the art of promoting yourself and events. So we're getting ready. We've got some big events coming up that we need to be intentionally thinking now. Who am I inviting? How many people? How many exposures am I going to give them in asking them, showing them how this could serve a need in their life and meet a need in their life? And then what are the multiple ways that I'm going to do that? And again, it's all about fostering relationship as to how you can help them and bless them. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back to you, Terry.
Oh, Holly, that was so heartfelt and such an important message. You really drove that home. It goes back to the relationship. Thank you, Holly, very much. Now, listen, guys, this is what we're doing. Some of you are going to go into debrief sessions. Okay, so if you're on Team Chris, you know where you're supposed to go. If you're part of the tribe, you know where you're supposed to go. If you're under the Team Up umbrella, hop off, then hop back on to this very same Zoom site. All right, Holly, my heart to yours, honey. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Peace and blessings, everybody. See you next week.